some Jay Crowder news. No, it's not really about Jay Crowder. It's more about Jordan Clarkson. And the Suns are interested in Jordan Clarkson. And who wouldn't be? He's a sixth man of the year. He can come in and put up points in bunches, okay? And he's good at it. He's talented and he's fun to watch. Now, the whole question is, how much is a guy like Jordan Clarkson going to cost the Suns? And as you guys know, Jordan Clarkson makes $13 million, okay? And Jay Crowder makes about $9 million, a little under 10. How do we get that contract in there? Now, my thought process always has been, let's get a third team involved. Duncan Robinson has been playing very well, so I don't know if the Heat are going to do anything for there. I pitched the idea of a Duncan Robinson to the Jazz. Suppose the Jazz are not interested, and then the Jazz send Jordan Clarkson to the Suns, or in the past is Bojan Bogdanovic, but now it's Jordan Clarkson, and then they send Jay Crowder and Landry Shamet, or Jay Crowder and Cameron Payne, or Jay Crowder and Torrey Craig to the Heat. And that way everyone gets a taste of the pie and it works out for everyone. But more time has passed, and I don't know if that's a deal that's going to happen. I could see a deal maybe around like a Josh Richardson. I think this is a deal with the Spurs. Let's call up the Spurs. Let's call up the Jazz. Okay, I think Josh Richardson makes about $9 million. Correct me if I'm wrong. And you send Jay Crowder to the Heat. And then you said, "Oh, I don't know. Wait, fuck. No, I don't know. You can't, because the Heat, you can't make this a 4-team trade. I think the Heat are out on this then. I don't know if because I was going to say we do a 4-team trade where Josh Richardson or Jay Crowder end up on the Heat. And then the Heat but the Heat don't have anyone to trade. So unless it's Duncan Robinson, unless you can coerce, I mean, if you can convince and send some draft picks like Duncan Robinson and 1 or 2 picks to the Spurs, they send you Josh Richardson, and then you get Jay Crowder somehow. I don't even know how you would do this, where the Jazz would send Jordan Clarkson, but then you redirect the picks. I don't know how you would do that. So I'm thinking Spurs send Josh Richardson because he's expiring to the Jazz. Jazz send Clarkson to the Suns. Suns send Crowder to the Spurs. Spurs buy him out, and Spurs get a pick from the Suns. That's the only way I think that's how that whole deal. I don't know if any of those deals. What are your thoughts? Do you like Clarkson there? He gives them the scoring. I just think if they trade for Clarkson, they better be trading Landry Shamet, because it makes Landry Shamet irrelevant.
Yeah. Defensive, massive concerns with up backcourt of that. Real quick, I know the Miami Heat have interest in KJ Martin Jr., and I know Derek Favors' contract's around 10 a year, I believe. So that might be something to keep an eye on, is a Derek Favors and KJ Martin. I don't think Derek Favors ends up making the Rockets roster. I think Stone's trying to find a trade for him. So that's interesting. I think Jordan Clarkson would be awesome on the Suns. I think that, I really wanted him on my Bulls all summer. I wanted that to go down. I don't know what it would take to get Clarkson. I love campaign. I love that he's still in the league, because this is a fully biased take as a former Chicago Bulls player. Like, he was so bad for us. Like, we were all like, how's he in the league? And so it's cool to see his ascension. But as far as like being a reliable backup point guard, I have my concerns. What does frustrate me about Utah is their asking price, because if I'm able to get Bogdanovic, if all these guys are supposedly worth first-round draft picks, and I'm Utah and I trade Bogdanovic to Detroit for Saban Lee and Kelly Olynyk, I don't get young talent. I don't get, would they get a second-round pick? Like, so I don't think Utah is going to get a first-round pick for Jordan Clarkson, which would make these trades a lot more easier, but Clarkson on the Suns works for me. You could also, I know Clarkson isn't necessarily like a facilitator, and he's always looking to set up his teammates. I think it would be nice to have such a score-heavy point guard in Clarkson when Paul needs, because you're trying to keep him fresh for the playoffs. So I think the more guard depth they have at the point guard position, the better.
So right now I'm trying to put together a ridiculous trade, 4-team trade on Fanspo, and I'm about to show you it. But I don't know how you would do it. But right now I'm trying to see if what I'm like trying to put together would actually work. And if it does, I mean, that would work out pretty well, I feel like. And so right here I have a 4-team trade involving the Heat, Spurs, Suns, and Jazz. Okay. And oh my God, who do I have to fix? Okay, so the Suns can only take back 12. So the Suns would have to. Oh my God. So I need the Heat have to cut $1 million and the Suns would have to cut 3 million. So right now I'm about to show you this trade, but it involves Romeo Langford and 2 first-round picks going to the Jazz, Jay Crowder, Josh Richardson to the Heat, Duncan Robinson, Nikhil Alexander, and Leandro Bollinaro to the Spurs. Suns get Jordan Clarkson. So to fix this, I need to find someone who's making like $3 million. So let's send over here. We'll send someone like, I guess in this deal you would do like, I don't even know. I think we'll send Torrey Craig to the Jazz, and then the Heat have to cut one more guy. And that last guy that they would be able to trade, let's see if we send a year to 7.
Real quick, Andre, my concerns with Campaign is not his shooting form because it's funky and I like funky forms, especially in golf, and it's not his distribution ability because he's definitely demonstrating he can do that. It's more just reliability. I mean, he's better than people think on the defensive end, but I mean, I don't want to say he was unplayable in the playoffs, but 30% from the field, 17% from downtown. I mean, that's not getting the job done for me. It's not like something that they need to go get a different backup for. Like they need to replace Campaign. It's just I don't.
All right, check out this trade I just did. So this trade works. This trade works. The money works on this. Everything works. I want to hear your thoughts right now. How terrible is this trade in your opinion? Would you do this trade? And if not, so the trade involves the 4 teams I previously mentioned, and those 4 teams